Dropping your habits when you're stressed is the risky choice. It feels like you're reducing load, but you're pulling out the supports that keep you stable. The moment you feel least able to keep habits is when losing them costs the most. You call it responsible, but you're choosing short-term relief. And you know why it sounds responsible. If I'm under this much stress, it's responsible to drop my habits for now and just do what I need to get through it. So answer this without pretending it's complicated. Why does dropping habits under stress feel responsible, but reliably makes stress harder to survive? Your mind is offering a protective promise. Reduce load now. Resume later. Make the week smaller so you can get through it. It feels mature because it sounds like prioritizing. Work first. Family first. Deadlines first. And habits get recategorized as optional. That's the hidden trade. Habits stop being stabilizers. They become luxuries you earn when life calms down. You skip training because this week is insane. You tell yourself you'll restart when things ease up. You stop meal prep because it takes time you don't have. You default to whatever is fastest. So here's the question that keeps repeating. Why does the common plan of pause habits until life calms down fail even when it sounds mature and reasonable? Under stress, your brain reclassifies habits as extra tasks. They stop registering as load-bearing supports. They start registering as more demands. Dropping them creates immediate relief. Your day feels lighter within minutes, and that relief gets misread as proof you chose correctly. Then later shows up with a bill. Restarting has a re-entry cost. There's setup, decision, friction, and self-negotiation. That cost grows the longer the habit stays off. Not because you became a different person, because the habit is no longer already in motion. You know the reset line. I'll restart Monday. Monday arrives, and it still doesn't feel like the right time. Because restarting isn't one action. It's small decisions you now have to reapprove. And stress makes each approval feel expensive. So the loop holds. Drop the habit. Feel relief. Pay more trying to re-enter under the same pressure. Now the interpretation that keeps you stuck. You blame stress for breaking your habits. But stress isn't the strategy. Pausing the habits is the strategy. That's what you do to manage stress. And it works for the next hour. Here's the sharper contradiction. If a habit only exists when life is easy, it isn't a habit. It's a hobby. And the decision moment is smaller than you pretend. It's not about an hour workout. It's about whether you do anything at all. 2 minutes versus 0 minutes. 2 minutes lowers tomorrow's friction. 0 minutes creates tomorrow's heavier load. So what actually changes the decision moment when stress hits, so habits don't get negotiated away? When habits drop, the costs don't stay contained. They spread into the parts of the day you were trying to protect. They turn into more decisions, not fewer. Sleep gets inconsistent. Food choices get noisier. Attention control gets worse. Baseline mood stability drops. And the compounding cost is the part you keep ignoring. Each skipped day increases re-entry cost. Each skipped day increases decision friction. Each skipped day increases reliance on improvisation. Each skipped day increases recovery time. You don't just pause. You accumulate restart debt. So you try the reasonable fixes. You wait for calm. You try to make up for it later with bigger sessions. You rely on willpower bursts. You add more planning and more apps while stressed. None of this changes the negotiation moment. That's why the pause until calm plan fails. Calm is partly produced by the habits being paused. Here's the lever, and it has one job: continuity, not performance, not catching up. 1. Choose one habit that functions as a stabilizer and define its stress minimum so small it can't be negotiated away. 2. Tie that minimum to an existing non-negotiable anchor in your day so it doesn't require a fresh decision under stress. 3. Mark it as done immediately after, so the day closes with continuity rather than restart debt. Under stress, You don't earn stability by doing more. You keep it by not going to zero. Use the next available window today. Do the minimum once. Close the loop before the day asks for more. Dropping habits is the risky choice because it multiplies re-entry cost and workload tomorrow. The decision moment changes because a pre-decided minimum removes negotiation. It works because continuity blocks the compounding re-entry cost. Re-entry cost makes later expensive. Zero multiplies stress by creating restart debt. The stress minimum protects continuity by not going to zero. When stress hits, what do you treat as a support versus an extra task?